Yeah. Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah. Welcome back to Under the Lights. We are your host. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy Jordan. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? It's Monday. It's Tuesday for you. Happy Monday for us. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. You know, I have my tournament with the kids. We do like one game a week.
Yeah. Y'all won?
We did win, but you know, I'm more about the development.
Yeah.
So It's
How did they look out there?
Yeah, that's what's more important. Like when you watch the game from the outside as a coach, you know, I wasn't like totally happy. If you understand what I'm saying, there's a lot of things that we got to work on as a team, right? But then there's also some individual things that they did well, like, you know what I'm saying, on the individual level. That, of course, there's so many, you know, when you're dealing with kids, there's so many goods and bad, like there's so many things like up and down. So I would say it's just a little 50-50, you know what I mean? But
okay.
I do like that the influence that I've had on the kids since I first got here till now is evident. And I think that's what's more important, you know, like the parents are saying like it's a totally different team.
Yeah.
And the players are totally different from when I first came till now. And that's all you want to hear as a coach. You know what I mean, or as a developer, is that you're inflicting some type of change. You know what I mean, and that's all you can ask for. You know what I mean. So that was happy, bro. That made me happy. Super happy, yo.
I know what you mean. You know, I used to coach Little League football, dog, and we was beating teams' ass. Like we were when we was 8U. You know what I mean? And we was going against 8-year-olds. We was beating the dog shit out of them. It's like, we can't do this no more. We got to go up. We got to go to 10U. So we was in 10U at 8, 9 years old, winning games. And you know what I mean? Like we was getting boys together, bro. So I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? When it's, hey, you won the game, but you wasn't too impressed. You know what I'm saying? Like we putting 30 up on, you don't see normally Little League teams out here just dropping 30. We dropping 30, bro, 35 and 42 points and shit. You know what I'm saying? We had a game on a Wednesday one time. And, you know, it was an evening game and we won that game 18-0. Me and Coach Matt, we was pissed. You know why? We scored 3 times and we went for 2-point conversions. You know what I mean? And we normally do that. We go for 2 and we 8-0 we 8-0 all the time. You feel what I'm saying? And it was 6-6-6. We missed all 3 2-point conversions. When I tell you we was pissed at an 18-0 win, they felt it the next day at practice. We ain't playing that shit. So I know what you mean when you say you went out there and won the game, but you wasn't too impressed with the victory. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Can you see me? Am I freezing or anything like that? Because I might have to go into.
Nah, you ain't free. You ain't doing nothing right now. I see that. I see you nice and clear. I see you finally got that motherfucking Baltimore Ravens hat back on. You know what I'm saying? I see you got that motherfucker on and shit. You know what I mean? You looking a little happy and shit. You know what I mean? And you tugging away at that fucking hat. You ain't had that hat on in a few weeks, Playboy. So I guess you feeling some type of way that your team has won every game since Lamar Jackson been back. You feel what I'm saying? I know they on a 3-game win streak and all of that. You know what I mean? But we wasn't even going to start there. But since I started that shit, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about the Ravens winning every game since Lamar Jackson's been back in the fold. You feel what I'm saying? Because they do keep the win streak rolling. Lamar Jackson's return with a win over the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I'm saying? And they looking like, you know, I think people think they look like the team that they could be or should have been or whatever the case may be, right? You know, but should the AFC be fearful of the Baltimore Ravens down the stretch of this season and into the playoffs? Talk to me.
So with my team, like this quick, it's a question that is like, yeah, maybe, but also I feel that I know who we've beat so far. We haven't beat great teams.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we have a soft schedule coming up. So then it might even look even more like, oh, we winning some games, but soft schedule. And then we're gonna play some good teams again near the end of the schedule. So
Right.
I wouldn't put anything I wouldn't want to say anything crazy or come up with some mad predictions and say, oh, we gonna make it to, what, like, no, I'm not doing that, because we haven't we like, overall our defense says we're getting better, but look who we play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, you could tell Eric to put money on that, because I mean, if we gonna make the playoff.
That nigga E,
But what did it say?
Hey, man, I'm gonna cut you off. One thing you can count on with E is that nigga gonna talk shit. He is gonna talk shit, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Keep going, dog.
But yeah, I don't think any team should be fearful of us at the moment, because we haven't really shown anyone that, we can beat anyone that was of significant threat at this very moment. I still think our defense sometimes looks leaky. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like sometimes teams are still moving the ball on us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the good thing is that you always want a team that can get some takeaways, right? You always
Yep.
want some turnovers. And before, we could barely put turnovers. We barely could put pressure on a damn quarterback. It's crazy.
Yeah.
My guys have all the time in the world to throw. We just lucky that, especially in the game that just passed, that McCarthy is like, he is what he is. Like, he's a first or second year quarterback.
Yeah.
And you can't expect crazy amount of stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? Throwing
Right.
deep balls when he doesn't need to be. You know what I'm saying? And we getting takeaways. But it's like, I'm not gonna say anything that we're fearful. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't played anybody. Like, if we get down to the bottom end of the schedule, and you see a slap up Green Bay and maybe the Patriots, and then you're probably gonna be looking like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got on a little roll, and then they came and they slapped up the Patriots, and then you can be like, okay, yes, this is the team that's going to be the beat. But let me tell you something real quick. If we get into the playoffs, AFC, and say we make it in the playoffs and we lose to the Patriots and all teams, I expect us to still get to the finals, because to the Super Bowl. If it's the Colts, the Patriots, and the Chargers, I would expect us, when this playoff time comes, for us to get those wins.
So you're basically saying, the coach, you know what I mean, y'all should go ahead and get them up out of there. Why? Because they ain't been there before, or you just feel like y'all still a better team, or what?
I'm saying that there's gonna have to eventually be. I think, yeah, we're a better team. Like, talent wise, I would say we're supposed to be one of the better teams. And if we are putting things together, I would hope that when it comes to playoff time, especially during that time, and you have, like, I don't know what gonna happen with D Jones. You might turn to pumpkin. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You have Drake May, who's a second year quarterback. And it's not just about the quarterback, right? Because I don't want to act like that's just what it is, because the Patriots also be laying it out on some people.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's the same thing when you go up against a teams that have been constantly getting into the playoffs, and then you have a team that's just got there now. I'm gonna just go with maybe the experienced one. Especially with the experience that we have on our team. So that's all that is. It's nothing. It's like, there's actually no grounds that I can really stand on in terms of, like, statistically or anything like that. It's just more of, we've been there and the other teams haven't been there. You know what I'm saying? And it's that simple.
Okay. Well, obviously E thinks Jonathan Taylor gonna run all over Baltimore. You know what I mean? So, if y'all run,
I mean,
into
it's not
them,
just Baltimore. It's not just Baltimore that he has. Yeah, if we run into them. Yeah, if we run into them.
Yeah. Well, for me, I like your honesty. You know what I mean? I like your honesty. I like how you come out here and you said, you don't think so. You know what I mean? Fearful and things like that of the Ravens. And me either. I don't think people should be either. You know what I mean? The wins that y'all do have are against, people that they're not contending. They're not going to contend for anything. You got the Cleveland Browns, the Chicago Bears, the Miami Dolphins. You know what I mean? They had an upset win against the Bills yesterday. We'll get to that. You know what I mean? And then the Minnesota Vikings. You feel me? Like yesterday, and even if you look at yesterday, it's like that. I mean, y'all won 27-19. Y'all first 4 scores was field goals, bro. Y'all didn't get a touchdown to the 4th quarter. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all did have takeaways. You got J.J. McCarthy out there. He threw one in the ocean. You know, well, I'm not going to say the ocean. You know what I mean? Justin Jefferson, he did slip and fall on the route. You know what I mean? So it landed right into, motherfucking hands or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And like you said, he is a young quarterback. You know what I mean? He's 2nd year, but he didn't play none last year. So I'm still calling this a rookie year for him. You know what I mean? So he got a lot of learning to do. But in the losses that y'all got to the teams is the Bills, the Lions, you know what I'm saying, and the Kansas City Chiefs. And yes, Lamar Jackson did get hurt that game, but the score was 30-13 when he got hurt in the 3rd quarter. So that's not the reason that y'all lost. Y'all lost to the Rams. Obviously, Lamar didn't play at all. You know what I mean? But considering, y'all lost to the Bills, Lions, and KC, I have the right to come out here and say I feel the Rams still would have won that game if Lamar Jackson wasn't hurt and played.
To be honest with you, Philly, when we played the Rams, we played much better defensively.
Much better.
So
no,
if it's a game that maybe I don't want to act like, of course, Lamar Jackson gonna make a difference. He's gonna put pressure on the other team to score. So like that game maybe, but we're still no good. We're still no good.
Right. So I don't think teams should be if you one of those teams that on the lower end, you know what I'm saying. Be fearful. You know what I mean? Because they can come in there and run you out your building. They get drop 30 on you and send you home. But if it's one of those teams, like honestly, like the Colts, the Colts, you know what I mean? Considering y'all can't get no pressure, that's what Daniel Jones' Achilles heel is. Pressure being put on him. You know what I'm saying? And if he's back there, he all year long, Daniel Jones been doing this. And just pointing shit out. Hey, what's up? I got you. I'm gonna get you next play. I'm about to hit him right now. And that's what he's been doing. And that's probably what will happen if the Ravens ran into the Colts, because they're going to protect them since y'all can't get no pressure on the quarterback. You feel what I'm saying? So, if the Colts, the Patriots, the Broncos, you know what I mean? I don't think they would be fearful.
The Broncos,
Listen. And I'm only saying the Broncos because of the pressure that they can apply. They lead the league in sacks. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason I'm saying that. I still don't think they would be fearful. I would probably lean a little more towards Baltimore on that part right there. Probably a little towards more towards Baltimore, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the Denver Broncos' problem is they're not consistent throughout the game either. They go on this, this 4th quarter, run, and then they be winning games and shit. And I think that's gonna come bite them in their ass. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think no team should be fearful of the Ravens. This is not the 23 Ravens, the 24 Ravens. You know what I mean? It just don't look the same. You feel me? So, no, shouldn't be fearful, and especially not going into the playoffs, because that's not where they play their best at anyway. So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, man. I'm not. Eventually, something's gonna have to change, and I'm not.
What is that? What is that change?
It's not. It's just like a multitude of things, because we've played well in the playoffs in certain playoff games. We haven't played bad in every playoff game. But we've definitely. It's like a multitude of things when we get into the playoffs that things happen. Whether it's the coaching, whether Lamar will play not the greatest, or you might have receivers dropping balls, fumbling, like doing all, like, it's just something's happening. You know what I mean? Like something is happening, and it's a multitude of things. It's not just one thing. But we've played well in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not like sitting there acting like we can't compete with those teams, because we was competing with the Kansas Cities. We was competing with the Bills. You know what I'm saying? It's not as if that Bills game could have went either way. The Kansas City game, a few things don't go the Kansas City Chiefs way. It's a different ball game. So it's like, I'm not sitting there acting like we can't go and get the job done. I'm just not going to sit there and be like, I'm going to put all my faith in the Colts instead of Baltimore. I'm not going to do that. Even if the Colts are out there, 15-2. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go out there and be like, no, the Baltimore Ravens is going to come in there in the playoff game, and they're going to slap that ass. And
you better be able to stop that run. If you can't stop that run, you ain't slapping shit.
But you already know the one thing that's a problem with our team. Like, if anything, the run, I'll be like, we could sometime more often than not,
bro.
To stop the run. But listen, we already know we are terrible. We're already. Let me be very clear. We're not a good defensive team. We only play good defense against a couple of teams, and the teams were not so great.
Yeah,
but teams throw that ball on us like it's like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, and listen, bro, that will be a problem. The Colts got weapons out there, bro. They have weapons. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, motherfucking Alec Pierce. That they got one of the best tight ends in pro football, and Tyler Warren, who was the best coming out of college last year, bro. Like it's Brock Bowers. To me, it's Brock Bowers type shit. You know what I mean? Tucker Kraft, he's gone with the ACL, you know what I'm saying? But even he was up there. You know, you got Brock Bowers. You know what I mean? Like, guys is like, you know, Tyler Warren is a guy, bro. You know what I mean? And if y'all can't stop the pass with all of them weapons out there and they can mix it up with the run, I don't know. It's going I don't know.
But that's why I'm saying this. If we go on this run, right? It's all about momentum.
All right.
You know, it's all about momentum. If we go on a run and say we go out there and we beat the Patriots and the Green Bay Packers, then we won't be coming on here saying, "Oh yeah, the Colts they want to play up." No, the Colts will not be wanting to play the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on how we get into the playoffs. If we get into the playoffs going on a roll, then no one's gonna want to play the Baltimore Ravens. Then you're like, okay, they have everyone's getting healthy, defense getting back, we shutting people down. Different story. We made some trades, and now we can at least we have a player that could at least put pressure on the quarterback, and that was in yesterday's game. You can see when he came into the game a few times, he put a bit of pressure on the quarterback. So then you're like, okay, we have who is it? Is it we traded for him? Is it DeMont Jones? Is it DeMonte Jones? I think we Jermont or something like that. I think his name. I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So he came in, and you seen that he was putting pressure on the quarterback. And that's all we need. At least I seen that he can put pressure on the court when he was on the outside a few times. So all I'm saying is that if we can muster up some wins and get some quality wins, I don't think no team's gonna want to play us, especially fully healthy. Because if fully healthy, then I would say we have one of the most talented rosters in the league. So if things get rolling, then no team will want to play us. But that's if things get rolling. That's a big if. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to wait and see.
This nigga E talking shit. Yeah, man. Hey, man, and I'm with you. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're gonna have, if y'all beat those teams, the Packers, you know what I mean, or who else y'all got to play? The Patriots and shit like that. Then they have a different outlook. They have a different. Okay. Well, yeah, okay, cool. But if y'all go in there, you know what I mean, and not beat those teams, you know, I don't think it's gonna be another different outlook. You feel me? But we're just gonna have to wait and see. You feel what I'm saying? So
tell E let's bet. Tell E let's bet.
He ain't gonna bet.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna
right,
bet you.
He don't want to bet. Let's bet 100. Let's bet a jersey. We can bet a jersey. We can bet a jersey, right? Because I put the jersey out. You just gotta go give it to him.
We had to give him a nice Coach jersey. Had to give him a nice Coach Jonathan Taylor jersey. Hey, E. And listen, it's authentic too. I got my Eagles Randall Cunningham jersey. I'm talking about the stitch. It's stitched. It's stitched. It ain't that one in the hood growing up, but you iron that motherfucker on. You know what I'm saying? You wash it 3 times and it's peeling and shit. Nah, this ain't that. This that real deal one. You feel me? So go and place that bet, E. You might get you a jersey out the deal. You feel me? But let's stick with the NFL, obviously, and let's move on to other news. Sticking with the AFC North, the Steelers lost the last 3 of their 4 games, opening the fucking AFC North division wide open for the Baltimore Ravens to go ahead and sneak in as a division winner and get into the playoffs after they 25-10 lost to the Chargers last night. Man, how bad was Aaron Rodgers' performance? Because we seen him look very, very un-Aaron Rodgers-like. And I'm not saying we got to see 2010 Aaron Rodgers, but this looked like a guy who is just like a shell of himself. It's giving me, late Ben Roethlisberger vibes. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it's giving me. You know what I'm saying? In a Steelers uniform. He was terrible yesterday. But Jordan, would you want to expound on how terrible he was, or would you like me to take it over?
You can go. You can go on this one.
Listen,
do what you have to do, bro.
Hey, bro, listen. I can't hold you. Aaron Rodgers, he looked. Bad is not the word. It's like it's abysmal. Like he looked god awful yesterday, and I just said it's giving me late Ben Roethlisberger vibes, bro, where it's time for you to hang it up. It's tough because what made Aaron Rodgers, I'm just getting this beat. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. What made Aaron Rodgers who he is the ability to extend plays, get outside the pocket, and make throws downfield. Yeah, he's good in the pocket. He's damn good in the pocket. But what made him A-Rod in the pocket, that's Aaron. When you getting all out the pocket, you making people miss, evading pressure, extending the play, hitting boys 30, 40 yards downfield, that's A-Rod. You feel what I'm saying? And in the pocket, like now, he can't move, bro. He can't move, dog. He looked scared yesterday. He looked real timid in that pocket yesterday, bro. I mean, missing throws, throwing interceptions. I mean, late on shit. Just the decision making is not what it used to be. You feel what I'm saying? And if you want to criticize, I remember I came out here and said, why would you get rid of George Pickens? Why would you get rid of George Pickens and you got DK Metcalf? Now you back to square one. You got one receiver again, and now you got a bunch of tight ends. You know what I'm saying? And the tight end game, tight end. It's not, it's not elite tight end play from Pat Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith. Those are not the elite tight ends. They're good, but they're not the elite ones. They're going to have another weapon over there. So I was like, why would you get rid of George Pickens? Is he a nutcase? Yeah, but you picked up another one. But he's productive on the football field as well. Very productive. I bet the Dallas Cowboys going to pay him or don't want to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? They see what he can do, even with CeeDee Lamb. It's in or out. George Pickens is a bona fide number one. You know what I'm saying? And but Aaron Rodgers, bro, he just don't look like he got it no more, bro. He like the accuracy is off. You know what I'm saying? He got some games where he looked good, but it's just not every game and shit no more. It's not consistent like that, bro. And if we're gonna go through the rest of the season, we got 7 games left, and you gonna move like that the rest, you might as well go ahead and retire, bro. You might as well. It take him 10 seconds to get 5 yards. He looked like Matt Stafford, like when he run the fucking football. You know what I'm saying? Like he going nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I mean, bro, maybe no other team is looking at this saying we can get Aaron Rodgers on our team. We can do that on our team. If you're looking at last night's game, he had some moments this season. Let's not get it twisted, but last night, and this is, bro, last night, he had a fucking safety in the end zone. Did you see that? Man got a safety in the end zone. Safety in the end zone. In the beginning. Yeah, but that it didn't help him. Considering they couldn't put no points on the board, you help the Chargers. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, he don't. Yeah, bro, it don't look good. He was awful yesterday. It ain't no way around it. It ain't no defending it. He looked god awful, terrible yesterday. It is what it is.
But is it on Aaron Rodgers that they lost?
No. Look, look. I'm not saying it's 100% Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying he ain't helping the case. That's all I'm saying. You got Calvin Austin. He out there dropping passes. You got him forcing the ball to DK Metcalf. You got lack of weapons out here. You know, like I said, I didn't like their tight end game is elite play like that. You feel me? It's just not. You know what I mean? They. I don't know why they didn't make no moves at trade deadline. Get some motherfuckers on offense and at least try to. You know what I'm saying? Because they needed it. They need it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's 100% Aaron Rodgers. I'm not by far saying that. I'm saying, some of the decision making that he made, the interceptions that he thrown, and late on throws or whatever the case may be, that didn't help the Pittsburgh Steelers last night against the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? It didn't help him. It didn't. So shit, he takes a lot of blame for that shit, bro. And so should the front office, because you're gonna have DK. I always said DK Metcalf to me is not a true number one. That's what I said. I've been saying that shit. I think they should have kept George Pickens. Now you got 2 guys and you got your tight ends. Why let him go? So they do got a lack of weapons in the passing game. The run game is okay. It's okay. Jaylen Warren, it's okay. But it ain't nothing to, they can run the ball. It ain't nothing like that. So shit. That's why I met with it, bro.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I've been told you Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, I've been talking about Aaron. I've been said this. I don't know what we talking about. I know we've been said this, and now you finally come on board, bro. Like, what we talking
Oh,
about?
man. Who said? Listen, hey man, listen. He has some
Nah,
good
nah, nah,
moments.
nah.
He
We
not
are
has some good
nah,
moments.
but yeah, anybody can have some good moments. What are you talking about?
Go ahead, keep going.
You know, there's a saying that sometimes what the sun shines on something,
Some days the sun shines on the dog's ass.
and it's just the way it is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's terrible. He's not terrible, but like, sometimes you're gonna have a good game here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put all of the, even though interception, the one that Austin did, I would say that was definitely not Aaron Rodgers. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? The other one though, when he threw it over DJ
Yeah.
Metcalf,
Yeah.
that one, even the
Yeah.
one in the end zone when it was 15-3, that was important when it was a fourth down and they had to get into the end zone.
Yep.
You kind of, I don't know, like it's rather they weren't drawing anything up or people aren't getting open. It just seemed like, you know, yeah, I don't know if that was his option, but it wasn't a great throw. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like Aaron Rodgers been this way for for a couple years now. So this ain't nothing shocking to me. The Pittsburgh Steelers is dropping, and they dropping fast, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
who's their next game? Now who are they? So in overall, his performance last night wasn't the greatest.
No.
The defense actually kept them in the game.
Yeah.
The defense actually kept them in the game.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. And it's not like people might Justin Herbert, but Justin Herbert wasn't out here like
No.
convincing either. Let's be very clear.
No.
So in all honesty, I would say the performance last night was a D plus from Aaron Rodgers. Their defense, I would say their defense, they did well. I would say they gave them like a B plus. Their defense kept them in the game. And the Steelers are dropping fast. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they might lose this division because who do they play next? Who's their next 3 games against?
Bengals, Bears, Bills.
And they might drop 2 of those games.
Mm.
And the Ravens have the Jets, the Bengals, and I think the Browns.
Yeah.
So you can expect us to take over this division already.
Yeah.
The way that it looks like it ain't looking like they're gonna be doing it. Remember their defense was terrible in the beginning. Now their defense is, I mean, to be fair, they did well. I'm not gonna say they didn't do well. They did well yesterday. So I'm not gonna sit there and act like they didn't. But the way that Aaron Rodgers is playing, like, he ain't spooking anybody. They ain't spooking us on the offensive side of the ball.
No.
We're gonna see. Just making crazy mistakes in the game. It's just crazy mistakes, man, that they were doing. So
yeah, it wasn't good at all. Ain't no defending that. You know what I mean? You said, I mean, hell. So let me ask you, do you think they'll make the playoffs still? Think they make it, or is it over?
The thing is, they can still make it because of the hole that the Ravens are in, if that makes sense. Because if the Ravens if they still drop a couple games and the Steelers do not, they can still get in. So I wouldn't say it's out the picture for them to make the playoffs. It's still up in the air because the Ravens, they kind of have to run the table almost.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? I think y'all will get them. I feel like I know the Lions will get them. I feel like, you know what I mean? The Cleveland Browns can sneak one on them. They at home in the dog pound. They ain't got nothing to lose. That's the second to last game.
Don't say the Lions just like that though, because the one thing about Pittsburgh, if they can get pressure, and they can get some pressure now.
Yeah,
once the game comes out there, then what happens? Because you already know golf. If you get a little pressure on, you're gonna give that ball away.
They got a lot of weapons out there, man, and I don't know, bro. I think the Lions.
They can be got, man. Minnesota came
they can. And listen, bro. You know how they like. I mean, yeah, they can, but I just think I'm looking at the Steelers, bro. Like Aaron Rodgers, get pressure on him too. He can't move. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
he can move more in golf.
No, hell no. I'm sorry. The Aaron Rodgers has his superpower is gone. the evade ability to get out the way, make you all that. That shit's gone, bro. It's gone. And it's so he's 41. It's okay. It's cool. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You feel what I'm saying? But we shall see. Moving on, sticking with the NFL, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills lose 30-13 to the Dolphins yesterday. You want to talk about somebody that didn't play well? Josh Allen was also one of those guys. You feel what I mean? Was this more about the Miami Dolphins or the Buffalo Bills, Jordan? Did you get to watch this game? Did you get to watch it? Did you get to watch
a bit of it, yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. I am not going to come out here and say this game was more about the Miami Dolphins when this is a Dolphins team who's a team as a whole, as an organization, is in disarray. You got Tua and Mike McDaniel out here taking shots at each other throughout the season, public shots, looking terrible. You know what I mean? They let one of their best defenders go in Jalen Phillips to us, and he'll be making his debut tonight against the Packers. You know what I mean? Let him go. People were calling him. They was getting ready to let Jalen Waddle go, but they didn't let him go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not about to come out here and talk about the Miami Dolphins as there's more about them. To me, this game was more about the Buffalo Bills and their quarterback that they still like to keep at the top of the rankings and round off the MVP shit with. He don't never get no motherfucking real deal criticism because when it come to Josh Allen, they always like to make a whole bunch of excuses and go into a whole bunch of deep content with this guy, that guy. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. He don't get fucking criticized like he fucking should. You know what I'm saying? And listen, if you a stat watcher, you know, guys out here be stat watchers. They don't watch the fucking game. You look at the stats. Oh man, yeah, he was 20, 200 for over 300 yards, 28 or 40 for over 300 yards, and 2 touchdowns, bro. What you talking about? All right, cool. Well, if you're a realist and you look at them stats and you see the score was 30-13, you will know that them 300 yards were empty fucking stats, very empty stats. They got shut out in the first half, 16-0. 16-0. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get a bucket, didn't score, didn't get on the board in the whole first half. He has 73 yards passing. You know what I mean? He threw it. Josh Allen got 7 turnovers in the last 6 games, bro. That's what people probably don't understand. In the last 6 games, that's not good either. You can't be going every game and having turnovers and shit. But they ain't talking about that. They still want to praise him and shit. He had an interception inside the fucking end zone. You know what I mean? When you could have made the lead closer. You had a fumble when you could have also dipped into the fucking lead. You feel what I'm saying? The decision making for Josh Allen yesterday was terrible. It was. It ain't like he looked shaky in the pocket as well. The Buffalo Bills as a whole looked like they ain't never played with each other before. That game was sloppy as fuck. And yeah, they defense is like 30th in stopping the run. It is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's 100% Josh Allen, but just like A-Rod, he didn't help the fucking cause. He didn't help it at all. You feel me? Devin Achane ran for 107 over 100. He had more rushing yards than Tua had passing yards. I want to say he had like 173, 174 yards. He outgained Tua by a yard. You feel me? So that's not going to help. But you supposed to be Josh Allen. You know what I mean? You got your guys out there, and you out there putting up 13 points against the Miami Dolphins, who a team, organization who's in disarray. Are you kidding me? Hell no, this ain't about the Miami Dolphins. This is about the motherfucking Buffalo Bills. And I get, it's a division game. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody going to this division game right here picking the fucking Dolphins to beat the goddamn Bills. No damn body. So I don't want to hear nothing about it's a division game, anything. I don't want to hear that shit. They are levels above them. Levels above them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they also play them tight, though.
I don't give a damn. I'm tired of motherfuckers making excuses for Josh Allen. I don't
give an excuse for Josh Allen.
No, I don't
do play them tight.
I don't care. That team is in disarray. That organization is not good at all whatsoever. And they went out there and got clapped. 30-13. They didn't lose. They got the dog shit beat out of them. I said they didn't score a point in 20 and 30 fucking the first 30 minutes. They didn't score. None on the board. Nothing. He looked very pedestrian yesterday. Did that look like an MVP to you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So,
I mean,
no.
He shouldn't have been the MVP in the first place.
Whatever. I don't even care about that. I'm talking about right now. Didn't look like an MVP. Didn't look like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Didn't look like how people give him much praise like all the time yesterday. And they don't do that shit to that motherfucker. So I just wanted to come out here and let motherfuckers know it's full of shit. And he need to be criticized like they criticized Jalen Hurts. Because if this was him, oh my God, it would be all on Jalen Hurts. Oh, it's Jalen. Why motherfuckers want to make excuses for this motherfucker? Fuck out of here, man. It's about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen playing horrible, awful yesterday. Them 300 yards was empty as a fucking glass, sitting in the fucking cabinet, turned upside down. Fuck out of here.
Why does it matter so much about if people blame Jay? Like your team is good, and you have if you say it's on Jalen, be like okay,
no. When Jalen, if people like to put it all on Jalen, and they still want to make excuses and all a bunch of other shit for Josh Allen, and I'm sick of this shit. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. You can talk about. I don't, Jordan. I don't care. I don't care.
My thing is, I would say that if so, I don't think Josh Allen. My thing with Josh Allen, and I don't think nobody had him in the MVP so far this season because then they just were not watching because that's
look him up on ESPN. They got him rounding off the MVP shit. Him and Pat Mahomes rounding off the MVP shit. How?
ESPN doesn't decide who's MVP.
Even still, the ESPN has.
I need to see this.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it go across the bottom of the screen this morning when I was on ESPN, and I seen Pat Mahomes and somebody rounding off the MVP. I know Pat Mahomes was in there. But the fact of the matter is, even last year, didn't they lose 2 straight games last year, and they still had him in the MVP shit like that? Ain't that what it was? All right. Mm-hmm. They like to favor Josh Allen. I don't care what nobody say. But go ahead though. Was it more about the Dolphins or the Bills?
I would just say it's a division game. They've also played them tough previously multiple times, and those things happen. However, I think Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, definitely didn't show up into this game. I mean, it's very simple, and I think this is the issue that I have with. Okay, so Josh Allen gets praised because they say he plays with the least amount of help. So what if he gets praised and he has the least amount of help when he doesn't play well? I think that's where the excuses come in. You understand? It's not like he has all these. Yeah, in terms of on the offensive side of the ball, yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because I would. I mean, that's fine if you want to make that statement for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Keon Coleman, Shakir, and all these guys are elite players out there. I think he has a good offensive line. But I think James Cook is a serviceable, real good running back. So I hate when people talk about because he's real good. What are we talking? He's real good.
Damn good. Dalton Kincaid is damn good. Yeah. Keep going.
The thing is, I don't think that their offensive weapons besides James Cook is out. Like James Cook is one of the better running backs in the league. I don't think everybody else. You can make the argument. Yeah, they're good players, but not like they're not great players. So okay, but if you can't have it when he plays bad. You just say, oh, he doesn't have help. He also gets to blame. You can't just sit there and go and be like, he doesn't have help. We exclude him from any type of criticism. You can't do that. That's not how it works. You understand what I'm saying? It can't go both ways. It can't just be one or the. It can't. You can't go. It has to. You have to do both. If he plays bad, and he did play bad, you have to put it on him as well. Because he's turning over the football. The reason why last year people wanted to give him MVP was because they said he had the least help and his team was winning and he didn't turn over the football. This year's not the case. He's turning the football over. Even though his team's winning, he's turning the football over and he has the same type of team like he had last year. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that with Josh Allen. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? He's a great quarterback. And all this, like he's a great quarterback. I think he came into the league talking about, his accuracy, this, that, the third, and blah, 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 blah.
He threw a bunch of interceptions early on, a bunch of interceptions. Every year he was throwing them.
Yeah. So, and now, one, I guess, I don't know, because his playoff, stats and all that stuff that people kind of be like, he's turned the corner and he's, a top quarterback now and all that stuff. But I just think that he's always, you have one season where you don't turn over the football. It doesn't mean you're not prone to turn over the football. You know what I mean? Like it's just one season, but now he's back to turning over the football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this team is a run first team anyway. So when you start throwing the football, there's going to be moments where you have those moments like you had against the Baltimore Ravens. But as you know, and as you've seen, everybody and their mama can throw against the Baltimore Ravens. So it's not like crazy for that to happen. But this is a run first team. When you stop the running against the Buffalo Bills, that's when it gets a bit spooky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not terrible game from the Bills, disappointing. And we thought that they had a cakewalk of a schedule. And it is, right. And now if they drop in some more games, they don't want to go and drop to 3, 4, 5. You want to be one and get home
because
field.
because if I'm not mistaken, they struggle on the road playoffs. They struggle. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, you feel what I mean? But I can look that up another time. But they would rather be at home. They would rather be at home. You know what I mean? All right, so let's stay in the AFC East because the one team who is at the top of the AFC East is the New England Patriots. And they are on a 7-game win streak and improved to 8-2 after defeating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your boy Bake Show, 28-23 in Tampa Bay yesterday. You feel me? Are the Patriots the best team in the AFC? Want me to go? You want to take it? Man, look, bro.
The Patriots.
I told you from the beginning that the Patriots was going to be. Let me start. I said in the offseason that I felt the Patriots made the best moves in the offseason. That's number one. I also said that the Patriots was going to be a formidable, good team in the NFL this year. And I said that Drake May is he's looked like a guy that continues to get better. Each game he gets better and better and better, whether it's by little or whether it's by lot. You just see improvement in his play. And you've seen that this year with him playing at an MVP type level type shit. And that's what he's been doing. You feel what I'm saying? They went into Tampa Bay yesterday against a Todd Bowles defense who gives motherfuckers problems because he brings pressure from many different ways throughout the entirety of the game to affect the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And Drake May has done well under pressure. When you watch Drake May back there in the pocket, bro, he doesn't really, even with pressure on him, he ain't really getting rattled like that. You can see when guys is getting rattled. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And Drake May is not a guy that's out there getting rattled. At least I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? So they can run the football, they can pass the football, and they can play defense. You feel what I'm saying? And I also told you they were going to be 7-2, and now they're 8-2. Do they have this stiff schedule, like super duper hard schedule? Nah, they ain't got that. You know what I mean? But they do got a couple formidable wins. Like I said, they beat the Bills when the Bills were 4-1. They stopped them. They beat the Bucs yesterday, who was 6-2. You know what I mean? And they beat the Falcons. Now the Falcons is having issues. You know what I'm saying? But their defense is damn good. Jeff Ulbrich brings pressure and can get after the quarterback and make it difficult on you. And he did a good job against that team. You know what I'm saying? So the next wins is the Jets. Not next wins. The next games that they have is the Jets, Cincinnati, the Giants, Buffalo again. They got y'all, Baltimore. They got the Jets in Miami. So that's the 7 games of the rest of their schedule. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're going to go ahead and run the table. They could drop a game to the Buffalo Bills again. They could drop one to y'all. But the rest of them, I think they go ahead and handle business. You know what I mean? But they also could win those games as well. You know what I'm saying? So they could run the table or win 1-1, whatever the case may be. But when you think about as far as being the best team in the AFC, well, they are 8-2. Well, so are the Denver Broncos. But the Denver Broncos' problem is they're not consistent throughout the whole game. Their defense is one that, like I said, they lead the league in sacks. They can get after the quarterback. You feel what I'm saying? They can do that. But their problem is they went to the fourth quarter and want to go on these long, on these scoring runs and shit like that. And they've been squeaking out wins and shit. It looks cute, but that's not a recipe for success. And I think it's going to come back to bite them in their ass. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You look at the coach. Well, look at the coach. The Achilles heel for the coach is Daniel Jones under pressure. Drake May is better than Daniel Jones under pressure. We've seen Daniel Jones, even yesterday against the Falcons in Berlin. They could have lost that game. If the Falcons had a better offense, you know what I'm saying? Michael Penix is still a rookie in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? The man's played 10 games in his career, if I'm not mistaken. They ain't even a whole season yet. You feel me? But if their offense was better, considering the stops that the Falcons was getting on the coach and getting to Daniel Jones, sacking him and shit like that, they could have won that game. Well, I think New England is a better sound team. And if they were to run into the Colts, they would probably go out there and make Daniel Jones beat them with his arm while applying pressure. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that would be a problem. So I'll take the New England Patriots over the Broncos, and I'll take them over the Colts right now. You know what I'm saying? So I would call them the best team in the AFC right now. And in the AFC, that's my opinion. So I've been betting with the New England Patriots all year long, bro. You know what I mean? Like I like how they play. And I said before the season, I said they got Mike Vrabel, who was raised in the New England Patriots culture with Bill Belichick and all of that. He brought that same mentality back to back to New England. You are not going to walk into Foxborough, Massachusetts, in Gillette Stadium and be like, oh, yeah, we got them boys. This is not the few years ago New England Patriots. You're going to walk in there and be like, damn, you're going to feel it all over again like, oh, shit. Yeah, it's time to play because they coming to play. And they are one of those teams, you know what I mean? And they can walk in your building and get a dub. So, yes, I feel like the New England Patriots are the best team in the AFC right now. My opinion, even though you got two other teams with an 8-2 record.
And so, I mean, the only thing is, I mean, if you're talking about recent, because who they played and whatnot, like if, you know, who New England just played and beat, because they're one of the better teams in the league right now as well, Tampa Bay. And then if you want to go and talk about because Indianapolis beat Atlanta, who's a decent team, but they ain't better than Tampa Bay. And
No.
I can give it to you, but one thing is you know Indianapolis they have the best offense in the league right now.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they're rushing the ball best in the league as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like if you talk about totality of things, then yeah, you have an 8-2 record. 8-2 record. One team is a better offensive team at this very moment. You know what I mean. So it just depends on what you like more. And if Patriots have a soft schedule, then are we going to really see if they're the team that we all think they're going to be?
Well, the Colts got a soft schedule. They got a very soft schedule.
The Colts play?
They got a soft schedule. We can go to it right now.
And the Colts play Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars, Texans. So I would say you have the Bills and the Ravens for them, and then for them they have the Chiefs, the Jaguars, Seahawks, 49ers.
Jaguars ain't hitting on nothing. They just got ran by the Texans yesterday. CJ Stroud didn't even play. They got Davis Mills out there. I've never believed in the Jaguars.
I mean, they was blowing them out. So I don't know how they lost that game.
Yeah, let that sink in. This is the same. Yeah, let that sink in. Let that sink. I don't believe in the Jags.
What I'm saying, whether or not you believe in them or not, right? That's a different story. I'm just saying that they're a team that definitely has a chance to beat them. It's not like it's just out there. Yeah, you can walk all over them. They're out there competing. Like the teams that the other team plays is the teams that the Patriots are playing. Those teams are like, aren't they one of the worst teams in the league?
Well,
like
the Bills are
the Bills and the Ravens, except for the Bills and the Ravens.
They beat the Bills. They beat the Bucks. You just said the Falcons.
So the Jets the worst. Bengals are the worst. Giants are the the Dolphins, Jets, Giants, Bengals, Jets. But the other teams, they're playing teams with winning records at least. But so what I'm saying is, if we're talking about, let's just say, if it's a black and white, if we're just talking black and white,
okay,
one team is playing only two teams with winning records. The other team is playing a bunch more teams with winning records. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like their schedules are going to be much tougher. So if they go out there and they get wins, and the other team goes out there and gets wins, who are you going to say is a better team?
Did the Falcons have a winning record when the Patriots played them? I think they did.
Think so.
So that's three teams that they play with
I'm not. Okay, keep going.
No. Go ahead. So do you think so? Who's the best team in the AFC? Colts.
I might give it to the Colts because they're just a way better offensive team.
All right.
Just a way better offensive team. But I'm not going to fight you over the Patriots because it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's fighting over a bone right now. It's not like too much.
I think Daniel Jones. I'm not Daniel Jones, but the Drake May just gonna perform better. I'm under pressure, bro.
I hear you. It's not like Drake May was amazing yesterday. It's not like.
No, I'm just saying to have that poise right now, while getting pressure on him this season. While you know, having Daniel Jones is a veteran. He ain't got that type of poise. You know what I'm saying?
True, but then he's running right now with probably an MVP right now as well. He's
Who?
running around a person that's playing like an MVP candidate.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Drake May playing like an MVP. I think they got him at the front, at the top.
And people were having, for some odd reason, Daniels. No, I would say, to be honest, I don't have Drake May at the front. I have Matthew Stafford, and I don't think it should be even. What are we talking about right now?
I put
Like,
Matthew Stafford. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Ain't nothing, I ain't arguing that.
Yeah, like Matthew Stafford, you want to put Drake May, but then you got to put a Jonathan Taylor up in there too.
Yeah, he deserved to be up in there for sure. I think, like I said,
You know
that quarterback award shit is trash. Jonathan Taylor should definitely be in that. You know what I mean? And if he go out there and I ain't gotta say it again, just Saquon
he ain't
should
gonna win it. He ain't gonna win it. I don't think Saquon should have won it last year, but I don't think he's gonna win it.
Man, listen,
you know what
if
I mean?
if you don't think Saquon should have won it last year, dog, after going out here rushing for 2,000 yards, that's abnormal shit. It's abnormal.
Okay, I have a question. So let me just say this. Why are we acting like what Lamar Jackson did was normal? It was never been done in the history of the NFL also. What are we talking about?
Jordan.
No. What is it? No. You don't. What?
Saquon Barkley as a running back ran for 2,000 yards, bro. And 2,000 as a running back, bro, and was lighting the shit up all year long, man. As a running back, when you got a running back doing those type of things, bro, they are to be rewarded. When you got a Christian McCaffrey the year before run for 1,800 and passing yards, receiving yards as well, doing 21 touchdowns, bro, you can see the impact that those players have on their team. Not saying we all know Lamar got impact. We know this. You know what I'm saying? But Saquon was better in his position last year, if you ask me. That's my opinion. All right, cool. Listen, I'm not here to argue.
The thing is, we're not here to argue. But let's be very clear here. Lamar Jackson, 40-something touchdowns to 4 interceptions.
Yes.
119 or 120 quarterback rating, which is a top 4 all time, and then had damn near 1,000 yards rushing. Never done ever.
Damn near. He didn't. Okay, cool. People, listen. All right, cool. How often do you see people rushing for 2,000, bro?
How often do you see someone throw for 40 touchdowns and run for 950 yards on the ground?
It's not often.
They both never been. No. It's never been done. It's never.
Okay, cool. He threw for 4,000, almost had 1,000. That's great. Saquon Barkley is doing what he was doing, all of the long runs that he had last year, the breaking 70-yard runs, 50-yard runs, lighting the scoreboard up from the running back position, dog. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Like that right there is the reason why the quarterbacks will always have that award, because they're going to.
The thing is, if it's come to the thing is, I think you hold more grounds in 2023. I think you hold more grounds there. This year, if it's a quarterback that has put that much, and the quarterback touch like he just so much that he did. It's just one's doing like as much as he did. Lamar Jackson did more. It's like I don't know what we're talking about here. He just did more.
Then who?
And don't get me wrong, Saquon Barkley, he had the $2,000. You understand what I'm saying? And that you want to say, pardon?
And sat out a game.
Like we can do that, but
and sat out a game.
I just don't like how we sit here and act like what Lamar Jackson, what he did hasn't been done either. So why are we sitting here acting like both things haven't been done, but you want to get to a running back?
We ain't gonna get nowhere. That's why the running backs is never gonna get praised, because the quarterback going past for 4,000, almost run for 1,000. He should have got it in 40, whatever the case may be.
No, that's not gonna happen because people don't do that.
2,000. I don't know the last. It's only a handful of people in the history of the game that not even a handful that have rushed for 2,000 yards. A hand like
you keep saying, Mike, you keep
not even a handful. You keep harping on him almost.
Nobody has done it. No, nobody has done it for Lamar. Nobody.
So you saying that Saquon was not a better player than Lamar Jackson last year, rushing for 2,000?
No.
All right, all of the big runs he had. All of those big runs he had, 50s,
runs. Yo, you see, the NFL is been out for a very long time. Nobody in the NFL has done what Lamar Jackson did. Like, nobody.
What was his record last year? That plays a part as well, right? Doesn't that play a part? Because let me ask you a question: how many times do you see a running back go out there and be one that take over a game? The quarterback is the guy that can take over a game. A running back was taking over games solely running the football, putting the ball in his belly and taking over games. Was he or was he not? You don't see that. You don't see it. Lamar get the ball in his hands every time. Every time. Every time. Saquon should have won it in my eyes, bro. Next. Hey, Saquon should have won it. And they're not going to give it to a running back because how the people like you and others look at the quarterback position. And that's how it's going to stay.
Never been done.
All right, cool. Hey, cool. Never been done before. Congrats to Lamar Jackson. But also, does the record play a part in that as well?
I want to know. Division.
Oh, no. Does the record play a part in that as well? Did they not lose to the Philadelphia Eagles when Saquon was in the building and he rushed for 100? Did they not lose to the Philadelphia? Okay, so that played a part in it as well. You got to bring record and all of that shit into it as well. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and their record was fine.
But it wasn't better than
what are we talking about?
It wasn't better than the Eagles.
So because his record was better, that's why?
That plays a part. That plays a part in it.
No. Is that why you're giving it to him? You're going to record because that's all you can go to. You can't go to the other thing because what Lamar Jackson did, nobody did it in the history of the game.
Jordan,
history. And you're still sitting here arguing. In the history. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, cool. The record plays a part as well. I knocked myself out because he should have won it. That's fine. The record plays a part in that as well. You can say whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The record lost to the Eagles in M&T Stadium. I would be saying next too. Moving on. Next. To the Philadelphia Eagles, who were the Super Bowl champions with Saquon and Barkley rushing for 2,000 last year. You know what I mean? We have the Green Bay Packers tonight in Green Bay on Monday Night Football. What are your expectations for tonight's Monday Night Football game between the Eagles and the Packers? Well, my expectation is for us to go out here and get a fucking dub in Green Bay. We go in anybody's building. The Ravens know this and get a dub. You feel me? It doesn't matter where we play. It doesn't matter. Go in the building and get a dub. After the bye week, we are better after the bye week. Just like last year, we were better after the bye week. And I'm expecting two games. See, these last two games we had before the bye week were two different games type shit. You know, Jalen threw for over 300 against the Vikings. And then all of a sudden, the run game comes. Saquon, he went off. You know what I mean? The game before last. So I'm expecting that to come together. To bring both of those together, get better throughout the bye week, and come out here tonight in Green Bay and play our brand of football and go out here and get a dub. I'm expecting Saquon, the run game, to open up. I'm expecting AJ, Devontae, and more importantly, Dallas Goedert to be a big-time factor in this game because I know people are going to try to take AJ away and things like that, you know what I mean? So, or Devontae or whatever, whomever they choose, you know what I mean? But I'm expecting us to go out and get a dub, play our brand of football, look like we've got better in the bye week, look like we've made some adjustments, look like we're poised to go out there and go back to the Super Bowl for a back-to-back run and pick up steam in the second half of the season. Last year, I said I was happy that we had an early bye week. So we can get things together after being 2-2. You know what I mean? I was even before the season, I said I'm glad the bye week is early. You know what I'm saying? Now, our bye week is a little later. It came a little later, like week 9. You feel what I mean? So now, rest up. Hopefully, AJ Brown hamstring is right. Saquon had a little growing injury a couple weeks ago in that game. Hopefully, he's right because we're gonna need him. I'm expecting him to use Tank Bigsby more in the run game because he's shown last time we played what he's always been able to do. In Jacksonville, they had him in Philly as a fucking kick returner. I don't understand why when he can actually run the football. He's strong. He's got speed. He got moves, and he always goes forward. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm expecting them to get everybody involved, play complimentary football, go out there and have an opening touchdown when we get the ball. Defense plays should play better. We got Jalen Phillips, his first game with us. Brandon Graham is back. Don't know how much he'll contribute, how much he's going to do, but we need the energy. We need all of that. Hopefully Nolan Smith, who was our best pass rusher before he re-injured his triceps tendon, hopefully he's back. He's back tonight and can do what he do as well. You know what I mean? We know the corners is going to be the corner. Jair Alexander's not going to be playing, but they want to keep him right and get him all the way healthy for the end of the season and towards the run to in the playoffs and things like that. So I'm expecting a dub tonight in Green Bay. And this is the same team we played last year in Brazil, and we beat them. And then they came to our stadium in the playoffs, and we beat them again twice. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah, I got Packers because I bet. I just got them because that's just because it's your team. I just bet against them.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. And you know what? And so you got Packers. You know what I mean? So and you know what? Before we get up out of here, I just want to go through because I said I was. You seen the video I sent you? It was 3-2. You know when we 3-2.
The only thing I remember you said, but I remember we had a thing and we were like, I swear we sat there and. I
write everything. I write everything.
On the game. What does it say?
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I know that was 3-2 going into the last time we did it, and here it is right here. You had the Dolphins over the Chargers. They lost that game 29-27. That's 4-2 me, and we didn't have no bets after that one. And
I picked the Dolphins or I picked the Chargers.
No, you picked the Dolphins right here over the Chargers. I got it right here. I write everything down. Jordan, and then me for Chargers. That's a 4-2 record. And we haven't done it since then until just this past week. We go to that week 10 picks. We only had New England. We had New England and Tampa Bay. You picked the Bake Show. That's 5-2 me. You picked Jacksonville over Houston. I picked Houston. That's 6-2 me. You picked the Chargers over the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's 6-3. And tonight you got the Green Bay Packers. So you got a chance to be. I got a chance to be 7-3, and you got a chance to be 4-6 tonight. Or 4-6 tonight. That's what the record is. It's written down. So I'm hopefully
I gotta start writing this down because I swear it was 3-3.
I've been writing it down, and I what the fuck think I'm over fucking cheating? It was the first time we did the picks in weeks. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the reason that we didn't.
Listen, I'm just gonna get another. I'm just gonna get another jersey. I mean, it's all good. I'm gonna get another jersey. That's it. It is what it is, man. It's okay. You right. Listen, you right by the store. You right by the store, jerseys and all of that shit. You know what I mean? And boom. But listen, before we go, I know you got the Green Bay Packers and I got the Eagles. What's your prediction for a score? Before we get up out of here, what's your prediction for a score tonight?
I don't know. 26-20.
26-20 Green Bay?
Yeah.
I'm going 28-23 Eagles. 28-23 Eagles. It's the same team that let Dallas go in there and put 40 up on them. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm going 28-23 Philadelphia Eagles in Green Bay tonight. Monday Night Football. Yeah, you heard it here first, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, man, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all watch a great football game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all watch some NBA tonight. You feel me? I don't know who y'all teams are. I know my man Jordan got the Warriors. I'm LeBron and the Lakers and my Philadelphia 76ers. You understand me? But we'll be back on here tomorrow. Hopefully Jordan can make it with us. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get busy, man. So listen, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. That's our show for the day, and we gone.
I'm still thinking hard, bro. Did we